Good morning, everybody, the invited dignitaries, and all those in the audience. And I'd like to thank the Captain of Ports for inviting me to talk about a subject which is a different aspect of shipping. We looked at a very interesting presentation by Captain Harinder and Captain Anish about the shipping part of it along the coast, but that's commercial shipping. I'm going to be talking about leisure aspects of shipping. This is it's a little takeoff because in a coastal state like Goa, a lot of vessels which are plying are pleasure crafts which are involved with people just going out into the sea on private boats. So that's something which I want to bring to this workshop here. I want to talk about it. First, a little thing about myself. I'm a yachtsman. I'm an ex-army guy. I was in the army retired as a colonel, and I started a company called Marine Solutions, in which we started this yachting business in encouraging people to buy yachts and to go out sailing. And I have people here like Harinder who sails with me every weekend on a sailboat. So we're a little different community, not a usual community, but our community is going to be growing. And from there, I branched out I realized that when people have boats, they need some place to park their boats, they need facilities. And one of the main reasons in India where we've not had a very active, very large, I would say even minorly significant yachting setup or any infrastructure and activities is simply because we don't have the infrastructure. It's something like golf, you can't play golf if you don't have a golf course. So anyway, so that's what set me about to set up Marinetech, and I'm going to talk about Marinetech in this little session about what we have done, a new technology that we gotten into the country, that is the floating concrete jetty systems, and how we have worked in various parts of the country, in particular in Goa, to give a support for developing nautical tourism. For maritime states like in Goa, tourism is very important. Maritime, I would say, because we have beaches, harbors, but more importantly, from beaches and harbors, it's also people who want to cruise the rivers in boats. It's a common phenomenon all over the world. I mean, you go to Phuket or you go to the Mediterranean or anywhere else, very high value tourism comes from people who come to cruise in boats. Goa traditionally always had backpackers in the 60s and 70s, the hippies and all, but even now you have a lot of tourists who come to Goa in chartered flights. But the kind of tourism that they bring and kind of tourism you would get when you have a super yacht or a luxury boats, people coming, is completely different. It'll really boost tourism in this country, in this state particularly, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Can we go to the next slide? So, Marinetech is a Finnish company. I have it here, sorry. So, Marinetech is a Finland company who we joined as a joint venture with me and my partner Simon, who we set it up in some years ago. And Marinetech is a global name, actually, with more than 50 countries around the world. You think of any prominent marina in the world, it's all been executed by Marinetech, practically anywhere. If you're talking about in the region, the famous Palm Jumeirah Marina or the one in Phuket or anywhere else in this region, they're all being done by Marinetech anyway. So this I've just touched upon earlier about the tourists which come to Goa. As a benchmark, in coastal countries, part of the economy has been overhauled, significantly affected by tourism, which the yachting industry builds. The countries like Greece, Croatia, Maldives, Thailand, a single super yacht, many super yachts, the entire coastal area is transformed. The kind of business that they can get is actually, I'll leave that for a Q&A session at the end of my talk, and I can talk to you about the kind of economy boost in terms of employment and salaries and local business that it can bring. We all know about maritime vision. I'm going to run through a little quick because I know the time is very short. So if there's anything, we can bring it up at the end of my presentation. So key in all this thing is that the government is now actually promoting all aspects of the shipping, waterways, including this recreational side of it, for which I'm standing here in front of you now. In all this, the key thing missing, as I mentioned, is the infrastructure. These are what the nautical tourism to grow require. Marinas, yacht berths. This is what is missing in our country. Tourism boat jetties, it is happening now because the government is now funding certain programs to the inland waterways to fund projects, which I'll show you some photographs of. And little docks where people can take their private boats and dock. Seaplane terminals. This too has been a PMO's, the Prime Minister's key area, which is yet to gather momentum, but it's being pushed from the top because that's a very important thing. Maldives, most of the transportation through far-flung areas is done by seaplanes. Floating villas and hospitality. This is very common in the Baltic area and in the Canadian North America, but great potential in Goa. Floating pedestrian bridges. I don't need to explain, but these are in small crossings can be affected through this. Here is some of a project that we have done in Goa. This is a typical dock in Panjim. This is a floating dock. There's one we done in Old Goa. As you can see, these are pretty sophisticated docks and they're very solid and very strong. The design life of these pontoon systems is 50 years. So it's made of concrete, it doesn't corrode, and there are significant advantages which you get when you use a floating concrete dock. Unlike a fixed dock, it is immune to, you don't have freeboard issues because the boat, when they're docked together, they rise and fall. Unless in a fixed jetty, when the tide goes down, the boat goes down. Here, they are contiguous. This is a project we did in Cochin, which is a pretty iconic thing. It was again inaugurated by the Prime Minister. The Cochin Water Metro, we built these very big floating concrete docks. This is being very actively used. This is one of the successful models of urban water transportation, but it is a fallout from the recreational industry because the whole concept of floating concrete docks came from pleasure boats and marinas. This is docks that we created for the seaplane projects, both again very promoted by the Prime Minister's office. These are some vision that we have for Goa. It is already happening. Goa, there are now every year there are more and more people who are promoting cruise, boating. There are tourists who are coming in from interiors of India who want to get on a boat and they want to cruise in the river. That's the attraction of Goa. So Panjim is one big center where most of these people come, and now I think Captain of Ports is looking to expand this into other parts of Goa also, because there are so many riverways. So Mandovi, Zuari, Shapora, Baga. Baga is more of course, you can read the slide, so I won't read it out. Kavalasin in the south. And obviously there's a scope for seaplane network in Goa. And last, if you can see, I talk about the Heritage Waterway Trail, where there are a lot of heritage tourism which are on the waterfront, like Old Goa is there, Diwar Islands. These are estimations which I and my team, we sat down and said, what is the potential of what we can have in Goa? What kind of implications could have a benefit out of nautical tourism. If you create the infrastructure, you get people to get boats, to park boats, and to use it privately, and then the economy grows. There's one thing I want to talk about. I mean, people, we don't, especially there are a lot of people from the shipping industry here. In India, if you see the waterways, I would say 99% of the users on the waterway are government, commercial, defense. Less than 1% would be private boats. But if you go to developed countries, for example, America, it is quite the reverse. In those waterways, you will find, I would say, almost 80 to 90% of the boats are, more than 90% of the boats are private boats. So as India develops, you will find the waterways of India is going to be used more and more by people who use boats for their private use. And that's how development happens. And what we need to do is to focus on giving the kind of docks and infrastructure that is required for boats, for small and private boats to be able to dock safely. Needless to say, you can see tourism revenues, beach tourism is seasonal, it's for 3 months, whereas nautical tourism in Goa is blessed because of the waterways. So in the season from October, when the fair season starts from October to maybe April, May, people can go out to sea. And then when the monsoon comes, people can use the boats in the riverways of Goa, which is also very beautiful. Then there is, what we call lateral benefits to other stakeholders in this business, fishermen, local communities, they all benefit because when you create these docks, they can be used extensively by the local people. I'll talk about one project we are doing which is not related to Goa, but we are doing a project now for Jammu and Kashmir. In Srinagar, we are building docks in the Jhelum River and through Srinagar town. About 8 terminals we are building. And that is such a benefit. People, the locals are so excited about it because all these years they were having houseboats, so much of different kind of crafts in the Dal Lake and on the waterways of Kashmir. But they've never had a facility where they could, dock and do, access, get people on, get the guests on. So for similar reasons, I say this is already happening in Goa and it will happen elsewhere also. Premium tourism, absolutely. Already I've discussed this. And importantly is catalytic investment signal. A government-backed marina or a docking system or anything which promotes water tourism, it builds confidence, investor confidence. It attracts private hospitality. You get charter operators, water sports businesses, yacht clubs. This is all very beneficial to the local economy. Where are we at? Okay, so anyway, I don't know. I know. So anyway, these are slides. I'll just run through it. I've come to the end of my presentation. These are the phases at which we propose moving forward for Goa for developing nautical tourism. So anyway, these are slides. I'll just run through it. I've come to the end of the presentation. At which we propose for Goa nautical tourism. So anyway, these are slides. I'll just run through it. I've come to the end of the presentation. For Goa. So I was here when the people, I know who was there from Ganpat University, I think somebody spoke about this. So when we talk about training of people for the maritime industry in terms of commercial shipping, there is also a complete parallel in that for private shipping.